I am 9. The girls are chanting, and Scotty is dying. But no one knows this yet. Not even him. That summer, the girls and I would line ourselves against the walkway to the bunk, wheels against the pavement, soil and dirt and grass and youth stuck like grime to rubber wheels, not hollow, not puffs of air, just full of grit, leaving prints on the pavement that never left. And the boys loved to play basketball, and Scotty didn't have arms, so he sat in his chair and dribbled the ball with his feet, and somewhere between the concrete and 2 points he smiled. And so did the girls. We all knew that outside of summer camp, people would say, what Scotty does is amazing, and here we didn't have to explain, it was just living, breathing, as we all learned to do, laughing at what a mess it was back there in the real world, full of people who viewed us through the lens of their own fear. After years of being baptized in someone else's narrative, we came here for the reckoning, here for the divine prayer, here for a chance at a story not tainted by the pursuit of able-bodiedness, not tainted by elevators that never arrive, not tainted by the constant fight against exclusion or public intrusion. But when Scotty died later that year, you imagined somewhere across the country there's a camp with kids whose feet touch the ground and hands that grab basketballs, and that version of Scotty is gonna die at 16, and maybe at that camp the kids went to birthday parties, not memorials. If there ever was one, it came as a shock, a freak accident. Maybe the grief got processed and boxed and never expanded again until Grandma Grief was not a ringing payphone following them at every corner. No one kept track of the years they've been alive by their number of peers who have died. Those kids didn't have to say, I love you, the way we did. The scrapbooks had a different meaning. We cradled the disposable cameras on the drive home for a different reason. Waiting for an email back during the school year was never just about wondering how they were. But we were just kids, just living, just smiling at Scotty, who always won. Soaking up the kind of sunlight that comes from not having to feel alone, that comes from innocence and interdependence and campfires and not having to explain ourselves. It was just in the air and the winds, the kinds of love you feel for people who've known exactly where you've been, and cycles of summer blend into each other. And when Will died, that same age as Scotty, grief was still a black hole getting larger, never giving, never learning, just expanding, always holding. The first time I ever saw him not sitting was at his wake, and I couldn't recognize him.